Hello everyone, it's Matthew Sauer with Canadian Energy. Today we are going to be doing example fill-ins of our Powersport CB product, which is basically just a traditional standard flooded starting for Powersport. Pretty standard box. Just open the lid up. You will have brief instructions on the first flap when you open the battery up. It also includes an owner's manual. It will include your terminal bolts. It will include the electrolyte pack. We'll go through the process of filling the battery up properly. I'll take you through all the steps. You do need a certain amount of tools. One is safety goggles. Again, just to protect yourself from electrolyte getting in your eyes. A pair of gloves. Latex gloves are preferred just because I feel like you can handle the battery better. But all we have here right now are work gloves, a pair of scissors, a set of wire cutters, and I'll show you why wire cutters sometimes performs better than scissors to open up the electrolyte pack. A hammer, any hammer will do. A pair of pliers to get the vent caps off, and just paper towel on standby in case you spill any of the electrolyte. So the first step is to remove the red vent tube on the side. You can pull it off with your hands. Step two is to add the electrolyte. We'll grab our set of pliers just because sometimes these vent caps are a little difficult to get out with your hand. And then once that's done, open up your electrolyte pack. It's sealed, so don't have to worry about electrolyte spilling out. And then the next step is to cut open the electrolyte pack and actually fill the battery up. The vent caps are off. The vent tube cap is off as well. That is never put back onto the battery. So again, this red vent cap, unless you're transporting it or delivering it to a customer, you can put it back on just in case of spillage. But this should be removed from the battery after it's left sit for a while. To open the electrolyte bottle, I like to use the pliers, and you just clip off the end, just square it up a little bit to make the hole nice. And then you'll see the fill tube with a cap on the end, and that's just placed onto the electrolyte pack. And then after that, you just slowly want to fill each cell up one at a time. And there are clear markings. So you have your lower level and upper level on the battery as to where you want to fill each cell up. We just carefully grab the electrolyte pack, make sure that the cap is firmly onto the nozzle there. And with the tube, you just want to go slowly. You can squeeze the bottle a little bit to fill it up. And as you'll see, the electrolyte does start to fill up the battery. Again, the plates are dry, so they'll absorb the electrolyte. So you'll see the electrolyte level slowly move down. And then once you get to the lower level, you'll slowly remove the tube, put it into the next cell, and start filling the next cell up. And you just continue this process 6 times. You will have to move back and forth on each cell as they absorb the electrolyte. So after the cells have been filled, again, just grab a piece of paper towel in case any electrolyte did spill. And now you have to let the battery sit for an hour. And again, that's just to allow the chemical reactions to take place, allow the plates to absorb all the electrolyte. And after an hour, you just monitor the fill lines because there is a little bit of electrolyte left. So as the battery sits and absorbs the electrolyte, the fluid will come down, top it off again, let it sit for another hour. And then once you feel comfortable that everything has been absorbed, just go and grab the vent caps. I place them in each cell, and then I take the pliers and the hammer. And again, you don't have to be hard with it. You can either gently tap these in, and then once that's done, put it on charge on an automatic, 7 amp charger. Let it do its thing, and it's good to go. Obviously, once you're done and ready to give it to a customer, don't give them the electrolyte pack. Get rid of that. We'll put the nuts and bolts and the vent tube in the electrolyte box itself. put it back into the box. Safekeeping. You aren't going to lose the nuts and bolts, and it'll keep the battery in place in the box when you hand it to them. And as always, if you have questions, please contact your local branch. You can look at CanadianEnergy.com for any information.